So you know that there will be Facebook mon groups for justice for Tara Carlson. How dare they punish your, or, well, not punish, that's that term. I guess I've been using rein in, except I'm trying to think of a different word. Make your child behave properly in a public setting when you would not. How dare they? And
whose team is this? Is this your team? Or is this your daddy's team?
Thanks for listening to Dad Mode Podcast. Common sense parenting in a politically correct world. Here's your host, Andy Carlson.
okay, ready?
Yes. Got my green tea? Okay, go.
Welcome back to the Dad Mode Podcast, Common Sense Parenting in a Politically Correct World. I'm your host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine. I'm a father, and I have no idea what I'm doing, but you and either there, Ginger Snap. I don't think that's one. Anyways, let's try and learn something together today. The website, as always, dadmodepod.com. Twitter is at dadmodepod, or just use the hashtag dadmode. With me today is sidekick, the Tonto to my Wyatt Earp. Wait, no, is that it?
No, it's
it doesn't matter. At Nickason on Twitter. Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good, Andy. How are you?
Now, all right, so you would be Johnny Depp, and I'm Arnie Hamner.
Yes, correct.
In the movie that sucked.
I haven't seen it. I did want to see it, but yeah, I hear it's very terrible.
All right,
Lone Ranger. That's what it is.
Yeah. Anyway, that was supposed to launch Arnie Hamner's career. And
he's gonna be in that new movie, The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and who also in that is the Harry Caviezel.
Henry Caviezel. No, Caviezel. Henry
Cavill.
Cavill from Superman.
Yeah. Now, Man of Steel was supposed to be his big coming out party, except that flopped. So now you got two guys whose career-defining movies flopped. Now you toss them in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Woohoo!
It actually looked really good. I think it was a 60s television show, so
yeah,
I'll play on that.
All right, and we have an unfun topic today. Actually, I'm gonna have fun with this mostly because this cuts right down the lines of things that irritate the hell out of me. The whole suburban soccer mom mentality that we've been over quite a bit, and then the whole Facebook mafia or social media mafia of self-righteous, stick-up-their-ass do-gooders who think that they're making change in the world by posting something on Facebook or liking something, but they're really not. But they think they are, and they make them just the absolute worst people in the world. And, of course, we're talking about the Oregon diner and the whole screaming child / neglectful parents versus the overzealous diner owner. Now, Nick, you are the absorber of all diner news. You have your own diner blog, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Nicks. So why don't you hit me and the audience with the details, because it's been a couple weeks, but why don't you clarify and tell us what actually happened?
Okay, now before I begin, there are dozens and dozens of websites I went through reading details, all sides, different stories. It's hard to nail down the exact things that have happened, but I think I found a website that pretty much goes unbiased and goes to the point of what happened.
Snopes.com.
All right, so let's start with the diner. So we're at a diner at Portland, Maine, not Portland, Oregon.
Whatever.
Owned by Darla Neugebauer. We'll call her D. Let's just save it easy. While she was at work, there were a couple parents with their, I believe, 16 or 18-month-old child, just under 2.
Yep.
Sitting down, they were having breakfast, I believe. They ordered pancakes. Now, the story is that this kid was crying straight for 40 minutes
Yeah.
at the diner.
Yep.
And the parents were not doing a thing about it and just shrugged it off. There are accounts that, hey, it's a noisy, loud diner, no one noticed. They didn't think that anyone knew that this kid was just crying off the top of her lungs, but the owner did. So the owner at first casually just tried to rush the family along, giving them their check and their to-go boxes, to kind of hint that, listen, you're causing a scene. You're
just kind of very passive-aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when it did pass through the parents' thick skulls, the diner woman, she took it upon herself and she shouted at the kid, saying that this needs to stop. And the kid got it. The kid got it.
Now, there have been varying accounts of what the parents were doing this entire time. Like, were they ignoring the kid, talking to each other, doodling on their phones? I've also read that when the pancakes came, they set it out of reach of the child, so the kid couldn't even get to the pancakes.
Yep. I read that too. I don't think
this is turning into like JFK assassination type stuff. The shooter was on the grassy pancakes.
It's too hard to get an exact account of it, but
I was there, man.
I know there were 3 pancakes. I'll tell you that much.
All right. And so why don't you talk about the Facebook fallout that happened after this? Because, of course, everything always goes to Facebook.
Yes. Let's see. Let me pull up my site here. Give me just 1 second.
Because the mom is the worst. The absolute stone cold worst.
Yeah. I did not read the mom's Facebook attempt. All I read for Facebook was Marcy's diner, the response to the mother. Because I was told the post was deleted right away after, because obviously this is causing so much media stuff. Obviously we're talking about it now. And like the mother was complaining about their experience about, my child was just a little upset and we got thrown and kicked out and they shouted at my child. But Marcy's Diner their Facebook account happened to light up, and let's see, waiting here. It goes, all started because I'm quoting this now here from Marcy's Diner. All started because your party needed 3 full-size pancakes for this 2-year-old. 3 beep 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 pancakes at Marcy's. I believe right there you should have told me you were ignorant. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Now, I have many thoughts on this. First off, the mom is the worst. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. As a new parent, I've pointed out a couple times on Twitter about what you actually should be doing, and then I've gotten the response of like, well, you've only been a parent for months. You don't know, man. You don't know. But no, shut the hell up. First of all, you don't even need to be a parent to understand basic decorum and just common courtesy, to people around you, because you are not in your home. You're in a diner, a public space, a private business that can refuse service to you if you're not wearing flip-flops. Okay, so you're surrounded in a very busy diner, obviously for the wait. I think it's a big touristy weekend or whatever. So you have lots of people around you, and the fact that your child is screaming isn't the issue. The fact that you didn't rectify it, do anything to pacify the child for 40 minutes while people are trying to enjoy their damn pancakes and some coffee and enjoy the nice, I think it was a Monday, but enjoy their meal, that is rude. And the fact that you think that that's within your right to not rein in your screaming child for 2/3 of an hour, that just means that you're like an aloof, entitled a-hole. I mean, that's all that says to me.
All right, here, do you got a second? I found a copy of the post that Tara Carlson, the mother, sent to the diner. You want me to read it quick?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I had the worst experience at this establishment.
Oh, no.
The owner is an absolute lunatic and screamed in the face of my almost 2-year-old child because she was crying. Who in their right mind would behave like this unless you are deranged? you have a problem with a crying child, then you are not suitable to run a business. If it bothered you so much, you should have spoken to me and not traumatized my child by screaming in her face. May karma bite you in the ass.
Well, all right. So this is a lot of revisionist history from the mom, it seems like, and the fact that this mom and the child for the rest of their lives are going to feel like they're not at all at fault is just speaks to the whole world revolves around me generation that has been raised and is that mother and is going to be this stupid kid. Now, it's just common damn courtesy. Like, if I'm out, like, say the wife and I are out with Mugsy and Mugsy starts crying, acting up, maybe we'll give it up to 5 minutes of trying to feed her, give her a pacifier, give her some toys, try and calm her down. And then, you know what? After 4 or 5 minutes, if it doesn't work, we'll get our bill, we'll take her outside, and we'll leave. Because we're in a public space, and the world does not revolve around us. And we're not trying to just complete, like, all right, so you've been out at restaurants or even on a flight when there's been a complete, for lack of a better term, shithead kid, whether it's a young kid crying or like a 4 or 5-year-old just completely running around, knocking over things and getting in people's business. It's pretty miserable, right?
Oh yeah, no, it can be a pain in the butt.
And see, subconsciously, you're not going to hold it against the one random patron. You're going to hold it against the restaurant because you're like, oh, Restaurant X, it's where they have all the screaming kids and the kids that are just drawing on the walls and stuff. And I'm just trying to enjoy my damn Eggs Benedict over here. I guess we're not coming back. And that has to play in the psyche of business owners. Now, I am on Darla's side in her intervening with the child. I think it was a little over the top of how she just kind of snapped and yelled at the kid. I get that it's been going on for a while, and she's trying to passively aggressively suggest that they should, GTFO or, burn. What was it, South Park when they're burning crosses, except it's lowercase t's. Time to get out of town. Things like that, and she should. So the hints that the diner owner was dropping, saying that was true. The mother obviously is too thick-skulled not to get those as hints that saying you should leave. That was the diner owner's version of, hey, you should come talk to me. That's what she was doing, essentially. And so she should have just directly said to the parents, hey, the kid is bugging my other customers. I think here's your check. I think you should pay it and leave. And that would have been fine. But then she snapped. Was it within her right? Probably. Were there a bunch of patrons who probably applauded her for doing that? Damn right.
Yeah.
And I think she was at fault, too, for responding to the Facebook comment. I know you want to defend your turf and yada, yada, but if she hadn't responded with, the swearing and the F-bombs and stuff, then the mom would have been the villain. Hell, the mom still is the villain. But overall, like, the mom would have just came off as this whiny little self-entitled little patron. It's like, how dare you yell at my child for making a scene in your private establishment for 40 minutes and ruining the experience of all the other customers that are, you probably got some regulars in there too. And yeah.
I want to play devil's advocate, and I really want to side with the mother and try to go up on you, Andy, just because make this podcast a lot funner.
That's impossible.
You can't, I mean, there really isn't no good side on this for the parents.
There. All right, so Facebook users. How many American Facebook users are there? Maybe 150 million, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, so I would say, all right, so let's cut that down to half. So half are women, and let's whittle that down more. Probably say 30 million are mothers. Is that fair?
Yeah.
All right, so 30 million mothers on there, and they all, what annoys me is this attitude comes from a place of love because they all love their kids and they all want them to have the best for them. And this isn't a sexist thing. Like there's some dads like this too, but mostly it's the moms where their child can do no wrong, where their method of raising them can do no wrong, and the world revolves around them and little Aiden, Jaden, or Caden, or Kazan, right? And so this mom is now the martyr for the 30 million Facebook moms cause, because you know that they will unite. They will start Facebook groups like Justice for, what was her name, Tara Carlson?
Tara Carlson.
I'm even ashamed that her last name is very similar to my last name. So you know that there will be Facebook mom groups for Justice for Tara Carlson. How dare they punish your, or, well, not punish, that's that term. I guess I've been using rein in, except I'm trying to think of a different word. Make your child behave properly in a public setting when you would not. How dare they? And what would have been like if it would have been another customer who yelled at the kid or suggested to the family, hey, maybe you guys should get the hell out of here. Then they're the a-hole, and then they're the jerk, and they're what's wrong with this country. But no, that person, that customer would be a hot damn American hero for not allowing this BS to go on that we all hate. Like 99% of us would hate a screaming child, especially when we see that the parents are clearly doing nothing about it. But you can't say anything. Oh, you can't tell them how to raise their child in today's day and age. Shut up. Bull crap. Now, if this was back in like the 50s or 60s, back in the good old days before Nam, and we had Nam to look forward to, which was the good days, and they would literally, like, it could be a stranger patron in the diner, it could be the diner owner would take the kid and just like beat his ass with a rolling pin back in the kitchen, and then maybe stick his hand in the deep fryer as punishment, and then that'll get him to shut up. And you know what? The parents would be like, yeah, that's cool, man. Because the whole just wussification of this country and the whole politically correcting things and the whole world revolves around us and our children thing, it's going to be our downfall. Because you know who doesn't have issues like this? You know who doesn't make this a national story on Facebook where there's mothers saying, "Oh, we support you, Tara, and your child." Oh, Lord. You know what countries don't have this? China and India, and they're gonna beat our ass in 20 years. You know why? Because they're more worried about getting things done, economic development, instead of the child won't be quiet in the restaurant. You know, in China and India, that kid's probably working in the restaurant.
Sorry, I fell asleep there for a second. I'm trying to Google search,
How dare
seeing if they're going to do a Lifetime movie about this.
They probably should.
This is what it's going to be. It's going to be Mary Stuart Masterson is going to star as Tara Carlson. And I think
no, that's not real. Oh, you're talking facetiously. Well, if it's going to be Lifetime, because you know those 30 million Facebook moms are supporters of Lifetime. So, of course, Lifetime is going to want to take a tone that caters to them. So the mom will probably be, let's see, who's likable?
Meredith Baxter Burney. She'll be in it because she's always in.
Well, it's got to be someone younger. Jennifer Love Hewitt. I feel like she's very likable. Yeah. And the diner owner is going to be
Jane Lynch.
No, it's going to be it's some German dude.
Oh, we're gonna put a guy in there now.
Yeah. And all right, so like German accent is like the most evil thing in the world for obvious reasons. So it's gonna be like, you stop yelling in my establishment. Guten Tagen, Flaggen, Schlagen.
Okay, Schwarzenegger.
I'm trying to think of someone evil and German. Oh wait, all of them. Okay, good talk.
We're from a dominantly German state, Andy.
Whatever. And the fact that this mom was the mom on the Today Show? Because I swear to God, like that's the place where martyrs go. Like Rachel Dolezal, the exclusive interview, and she tells her side of the story. Who cares? She committed fraud.
I Google searched this Tara Carlson here, and one of these news articles is from the New Zealand Herald. Why is this news in New Zealand?
Because this is the type of news that gets reported around the world now. And all right, so first off, all right, so this is the Dad Mode podcast. Where's the dad in all this? How come the dad is not calming the child down or telling the wife that this might be a bad idea to post on the Facebook? Or why are you trying to make us into the martyrs when we're clearly in the wrong? Because if the dude had 2 shreds of common GD sense in his head, he would realize that they were at fault and this is not okay. And yeah, they're probably going to go to another restaurant and just do the same thing. Just let the child run buck wild. They're going to vacation. They're going to come up to Minnesota, go to Giordano's, and let the kid just scream while they're waiting, the hour plus for their deep dish pizza. And it's going to be way worse because the wait for a deep dish pizza is going to be longer than 3 giant pancakes in a busy diner.
This husband must be really smart. Maybe just like, don't say a thing. Just keep your mouth shut because he's going to say something stupid. I'm sure there's some PR people getting involved with this girl, with this mother in their lives and be like, all right, first off, we're going to make the mother seem like the more innocent one, and husband, you're just in the background and just smile or whatever.
You're just a stooge. You're just a stooge. You are a paper father. You didn't do anything. The hell?
All right, I'm on this. I think I'm on this website here, a news story. It looks like WABC from New York, and there's quoting here that the family's plan was to go in and have a quick bite to eat. So already they're kind of counterproductive, taking 40 minutes of just sitting and talking. If there were pancakes in front of you, you would quickly eat it and then you go.
Yeah,
just saying.
And plus. From the sounds of things, like the diner was extremely busy and swamped. So now if you're looking to get a quick bite in and out, it's probably not the place.
I know. I mean, I've heard rumors that this couple was like, I think they were out of town or like I think they were just tourists maybe, but I can't find any other info on that. Now,
the movies like Touristas Go Home and Hostel and Human Centipede, that should be the movie. All right, it starts out as the diner owner. She is really deranged, so maybe Tara Carlson had that right. And they have a screaming child and neglectful parents, because this is really just neglect, who think that the world revolves around them and they just want to be martyrs for a cause, but instead they get sewn mouth to asshole in the Human Centipede 4.
Okay, this news article here continues saying, the husband replied, "Are you serious? Are you really yelling at a toddler right now?" In response to Darla, who yelled at him. So, I mean, I guess he was verbal. I mean, he wasn't just a mom. So,
well, if I was on her, I'd be like, yeah, "You're damn right I am," because you're not reining in your kid. Because you're not. Well, I guess since you're not parenting, I'll parent enough for the 3 of us. How about that? And then I'll spit my tobacco.
Easy now.
God, that dad is such a freaking just non-existent. Not even a man.
I'm looking at this picture. I wish there was a way I could send you this picture of this couple here. I mean, it looks so... they're like so fake.
Well, just send it on Skype.
Okay,
send me the link. It's good radio.
Paste. Oh, I sent a text message. Oh, here you go.
This is spam.
No.
Eyewitness news. Dun, dun, dun.
He's like a foot taller than her.
All right. Well, this guy
look at that haircut.
Seems to have a military haircut, so maybe he's a veteran. So maybe I take back the fact about him not being a man. But you got to get involved, dude. You got to get like in the middle of this, and plus, like the whole wife just trying to be Saint Tara now, the saint of martyred pancake causes. It's just it's pathetic.
in the end, I mean, with all said and done here, I mean, this is just so much publicity. This is so much wasted YouTube, Twitter, like news article time. I mean, I'm sure there has to be other real news out there. Not that I don't enjoy us talking about it. I mean, because we need to get the hits, so we obviously got to cash in on this. But this is just, you don't hear stories about this back in the day because there was no Facebook and Twitter to post and do all this stuff about it. It's fucking crazy now.
And also because we have to have an honest debate about everything, but this is no debate. And the parents should have quieted the kid or left. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Oh, this is my favorite. All right, so let's see. My husband replied, "Are you serious? Are you yelling at a toddler right now?" Carlson wrote. And then, "As serious as a heart attack," she said, with fury in her eyes.
Ooh.
Damn it. I fucking hate this lady. I mean, just get her out of here. Good Lord.
She paints it like a Stephen King novel.
No, well, it's funny because they're in Maine, but like this Tara lady is the absolute worst. First of all, she's the phrase "my child," which is you're going to be like, I can't even verbalize. I'm like so backed up how annoyed and how much I hate this type of parent, because she balances over-parenting with under-parenting, actually, to wanting to be some sort of a martyr to fill her self-satisfaction and the fact that people agree with her, and then that just feeds her narcissistic personality. So the fact that she just ignores her child in a public place like that lets it cause a scene and ruin things to everyone, and get the owner to a point where she just goes off the deep end, and then she tries to defend herself as I'm a good mother of my child, and how dare they? And now she probably has like a million, like of the 30 million Facebook mom friends now that agree with her. And God,
but you have to admit
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
The diner has, I think they have more support. I wish they should make a poll to see, like, I want to see an honest poll here of like how many people are pro diner Darla or pro Tara Reid or whatever, Tara Carlson. Whatever.
I would say, well, I'm kind of biased, but I would say it would probably be 70-30 support of the diner.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Definitely.
Yeah. And it's funny. There's probably so many people on Facebook who would be like, well, I am boycotting this establishment, and I am never going to this diner. And they probably live in, like, Scottsdale, Arizona. It's like, all right, so, yeah, the whole diner in Maine? Yeah, cool. You're taking your dollars elsewhere. I guess that'll show them. Cool.
If anything, though, do you think this actually is going to help promote things like, oh, man, I really like this Darla chick at this diner. I'm going to make a road trip up to Maine.
I actually think, yes, I
think it will. I think it will.
Yeah.
I'm just, I don't know what the mom and dad do for a living, but I'm wondering if they're going to get affected by this work-wise, because if you cause too much publicity at your work, I mean, this could probably end jobs.
She probably doesn't work.
Stay-at-home mom? Yeah, you're right.
All right, so we got guys, because I'm too angry because this person just annoys the hell out of me. And so we're gone for this episode. Let us know on Twitter, or not Facebook, just on Twitter, even though we do have a Facebook page. Damn it. Anyways, let us know your thoughts on this whole thing. Hopefully we can close the book and never hear from Tara Carlson ever again, except for in the, well, I was going to say the obituaries, except that's too far.
That's
in 70 years we can hear from Tara Carlson in the obituaries.
Okay,
there we go. How am I going to segue into Amazon? Amazon, support the show. Top left corner, dadmodepod.com. Click through it, bookmark it, buy stuff you already buy, and help keep the Dad Mode Pod ship going forward. Nick, what are you going to buy next?
I'm going to buy some pancakes.
CD case. Well, buy your pancakes on Amazon.
Pancakes.
We'll get a little taste and support the show. Show's available on iTunes. And again, Tara Carlson, I do not wish you I wish you all the best. Nah, just kidding. Follow us on Twitter at DadModePod or me at Andy Carlson Show. The website is dadmodepod.com. But we're gone. Say goodnight, Nick.
Good night, Nick.
Be a man, be a father, go dad mode. We'll see you next time. Just order one pancake for the damn 2-year-old.
Think the episode you just heard is worth $1? Well, send it our way. Visit dadmodepod.com/support to find out how. Be a man, be a father. Go dad mode. The music is created and produced by deeB. To hear more of his tracks, visit soundcloud.com/deeB.